From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Maria targets the tropics. A devastating 1-2 punch taking aim at the Caribbean tonight, and it's not the only storm raising concern. Jamie?
It seems like business as usual here at Heather Highlands Golf Course, but that was not the case on Saturday. A fight broke out and gunshots rang out. We'll have the latest.
Jamie, but first, prosecutors say it was no accident. A Livonia mother now charged with manslaughter in the death of her own infant son. That child died back on December 29th, but now after months of investigation, there are charges in the case.
32-year-old Leslie Newman was formally charged in court today. She faces 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and 1 count of second-degree child abuse. Coco McAvoy was in court as Newman was arraigned.
Police officers were called to this home on Iowa Street back in December on reports of an unresponsive 5-month-old baby boy.
Can I have your appearance for the record?
Now, several months later, the baby boy's mother, Leslie Newman, is facing involuntary manslaughter and second-degree child abuse charges.
We have very few traumatic deaths, very few homicides, very few incidents like this.
Captain Robert Nincerini with the Livonia Police Department says Newman fell asleep with her baby on the bed after drinking alcohol back in December. The next morning,
when we got there, we found the infant on the living room sofa, unresponsive.
There was a long process to get charges filed in this case.
Because it's an infant death, Child Protective Services involved and the medical examiner is involved, and there's toxicology reports that have to come back. And then there's a group convened that actually discusses this whole case to make sure that they've got the charges appropriate and correct.
Newman's attorney asked if Newman could be released on her own recognizance, meaning no bail money paid to the court.
She has ties to the community. She voluntarily turned herself in.
The magistrate instead gave Newman a $100,000 10% cash surety bond, and now she could face years in prison for the death of her baby boy.
This is the classic, public service ad, do not sleep with your infant child. You should not do that, and this is what happens when you do.
Out here live now, Newman's attorney was trying to figure out whether or not her client would be able to post bond, but either way, she'll be back in court next week. Back to you.
So any criminal history at all here for Newman, Coco?
Police say that Newman does not have a criminal history. However, she has had contact with Child Protective Services in the past. And actually, when she gave birth to that baby boy in the hospital, she signed a document promising that she would not co-sleep with the baby. And so the magistrate was saying that was the main reason why she decided to give her that bond today.
It had been an issue before. Yeah, all right, Coco. Kim?
DeMarco Harris was convicted of an unthinkable crime for someone his age. At age 12, Harris was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. But today, on his 21st birthday, he's set to be released from custody. Steve Garagiola is live tonight. Steve, any word on what time or when he'll get out?
No, we thought he would be released from this facility here in Hamtramck, but we've been out here all day and have seen no activity. But he will be released today, this being his birthday. So much emotion from all fronts in this story and such difficult questions to answer. Is our system about rehabilitation? Is it about punishment? Is it about both? There is no one correct answer. DeMarco Harris is now 21 years old and a free man. He's been in custody in a juvenile facility since he was 13 for the murder of Tricia Babcock in a botched robbery back in 2009. At a hearing last week, a number of people who have worked with Harris over the past 8 years spoke in support of his release. Babcock's father asked Judge Virgil Smith to send Harris to prison.
My daughter deserves justice. This crime in a juvenile detention center for 7 years while he played the system, anybody in their right mind would have done the same thing that he did, because he knows he has a chance for freedom.
At age 13, Harris was tried as an adult and convicted. But the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5 years ago that a mandatory life sentence for a juvenile offender is unconstitutional, leaving it up to the judge to decide if Harris should go free or move on to prison.
And once he reaches 21, he's supposed to be cut loose. I'm not so sure about that.
Since that day, I have grown mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Judge Smith called this the toughest decision he has had to make on the bench, ruling Harris no longer a threat and setting him free. This is a very painful day for the Babcock family, but it is the start of a new life for 21-year-old DeMarco Harris. Kimberly, Devin, back to you.
Yeah, indeed, Steve. Well, what happens next? Will he be on probation for a while after he gets out?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion about probation, but as it turns out, the juvenile judge had no jurisdiction to set a probation in place. He could either set him free or send him to prison. So the bottom line answer is DeMarco Harris is free, no supervision or probation from the courts or from the correctional system. He's on his own.
Right, set to get out later today on his 21st birthday. Okay, Steve, thanks. Well, a relaxing afternoon on the golf course descends into chaos this weekend in Oakland County, and it was all because of beer cans.
Happened on in Springfield Township at a Heather Highlands golf course on Holly Road. As Jamie Edmonds shows us, the argument ended with shots fired and police making arrests.
There's a sign right out front here at Heather Highlands golf course prohibiting alcohol. Apparently that was at the heart of an argument here on Saturday that ended in gunfire. It was quiet today at the Heather Highlands golf course, but it was anything but this past Saturday.
I just got here this morning and heard that there was a shot, and I never knew about it before I came. Lady inside, we asked her, and she just said that there was a shot fired into the ground.
Not a golf shot, we're talking about a gunshot. According to the Oakland County Sheriff's Department, a 45-year-old man from Grand Blanc who works at the course confronted golfers over empty beer cans. As stated by the signs here, bringing your own alcohol is not permitted. The argument escalated, and that's when the employee pulled out a gun, discharged a round or possibly two. Patrons and golfers then attacked the employee, trying to disarm him. During the fight, the employee sustained injuries and was taken to the hospital. After release, he was taken to the Oakland County Jail. The news of Saturday's incident did not seem to rattle Jim Scharfenkamp of Troy.
Well, obviously, guns should be on the rifle range or in the target range and not on a golf course.
He and his friends still played today and plan to again in the future.
I don't think it's a reflection on this golf course at all.
I just got a call from the Oakland County Sheriff's Department, and they say they have a 2-count warrant. One is for felonious assault, and the other is for reckless discharge of a firearm. The second is a misdemeanor. The man's name will not be released until he is arraigned sometime tomorrow. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
All right, Jamie. Through an attorney, by the way, the folks at the golf course said they are looking into the matter and right now fully cooperating with police.
A number of islands in the Caribbean are bracing for Hurricane Maria as the now Category 4 storm is expected to hit Puerto Rico in less than 2 days. Waves are beginning to hit the shore in St. Lucia, which is one of nearly half a dozen islands readying for the storm. Puerto Rico was mostly spared from Hurricane Irma, but some are warning that Maria could be catastrophic for the island.
And watching this and then a few others, they're just in the bullpen. It's been an insane stretch of time, and now we've still got a month and a half to go in hurricane season.
Devin, you're absolutely right. I mean, hurricane season does not end, as you know, Devin, until the end of November. Yeah. But we're talking about 3 named systems once again. Let's focus on Maria first. Here are the 3 systems, Jose, Maria, and Lee. Now, Lee is the weakest of all of them. 35-mile-per-hour winds, and it's gone back down to a tropical depression. Maria is now a Category 4 storm with winds of 130 miles per hour. And unfortunately, it's really looking more like Irma than anything else in terms of strength because it's a Category 4 and in terms of its path. Moving right across the Lesser Antilles, headed for Puerto Rico. This one, though, more of a direct hit, still a Category 4 status with winds of at least 155 miles per hour. So getting very close to a Category 5. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 24 hours it does reach that status. Then remaining very strong, a catastrophic hurricane as it moves closer to the Bahamas. Right now, it does not look like a direct hit on the United States. That still is many more days away, or at least the determination of that, because by the end of the week, it will still be close to the Bahamas. Here's a look at Jose. It's been around for 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, the longest living named storm in history. A Category 1, moving closer to the United States, churning up the surf, but mainly providing clouds and possible rains from New York into New England as we head into the end of this week. We'll talk more about these storms later in the show, but coming up in a few minutes, our local forecast.
All right, Centerline police are working to track down the thieves who stole drugs during a break-in at a pharmacy. The thieves moved quickly when they broke into the Benson's Medical Equipment and Supplies store 11 Mile at Lawrence near I-696 in Van Dyke. They grabbed prescription narcotics during the 3 minutes they spent in the store. That was at about 3 o'clock this morning. The crowd is quickly forming to find a successor for Republican 11th District Congressman Dave Trott, who has told us that he is not going to be seeking re-election next year.
Former state representative and one-time U.S. House and Senate candidate Rocky Ruskowski has announced he's in the running on the Republican side, along with businesswoman and political activist Lena Epstein. Epstein had been planning to run for U.S. Senate next year. At least 2 Democrats have also announced plans to seek the House seat. The recovery from Hurricanes Harvey and Irma is showing up at gas pumps in Michigan as refineries reopen and gas prices come down.
Yep, AAA Michigan reporting the average price for gas statewide today, $2.53 a gallon, down 15 cents from what drivers were paying last Monday. More than a dime higher, though, than what we were paying a year ago. Analysts expect prices will continue to drop in the weeks ahead. But of course, with what Andrew and I were just talking about,
Maria,
stay tuned.
yeah, exactly.
We're just getting started here on this Monday.
Yes, that we are. Ahead over the next hour, great news for drivers in Oakland County. And a criminal investigation launched because of the Equifax breach. But it isn't for what you think.
And the Fraser City Council set to make a critical decision about the city's mayor. What's happening tonight that'll have a city council meeting looking a lot more like a trial coming up in a few minutes. Rod.
Police in southeast Michigan looking for a firebug who caused this mess and burned more than just the ground. He burned cars.
God, that's terrible. I'm scared to have my vehicle out here.
This was all quite unnerving early in the morning. We'll hear from the neighbors.
Tonight. New at 6.
A local police detective resigns rather than face a hearing on charges he stole thousands of dollars from his department. New at 6, the amount he's accused of taking and how. Coco?
Garages and fences now covered in paper and tape after vandalism all throughout a Royal Oak neighborhood.
We have gays and lesbians and minorities in our neighborhoods, and we're going to look out for our neighbors.
Hear more from residents and what police say happened this past weekend.
There is a hefty reward being offered tonight for information about an arsonist, but this guy isn't torching houses, he is into torching cars.
Yeah, that's right. He's wandered around Pontiac and last week with a gallon of gasoline can in his hand. Rod Maloney is live in Pontiac tonight. Rod, security cameras actually caught this guy.
Yeah, they did. Now take a look, Kimberly, down here. You should be able to see that the pavement here is deeply and badly singed. And then take a look up this way. See that? That's the security surveillance camera. Well, guess what? It caught the entire thing and caught the guy in the act. It's 5:30 early Sunday morning, September 10th, wearing a hoodie and dark pants. The arsonist walks across the dark parking lot. What you don't see clearly until he comes closer to the surveillance camera is the gasoline can he carried in his right hand. He pours gas on the back, the driver's side tire, underneath the SUV. And while it happens out of view, the sheriff's office says he went so far as to stand on the SUV's roof before breaking out the matches. He also lights the fire out of view, but you do see the flames flickering in the dark, and it gets larger by the second. As soon as the first flames took hold, the man beat feet south out of the parking lot toward Whittemore Street. Katrina Ellison lives across the complex and saw the fire.
I was scared because I thought the apartments was going to get caught on fire, and it was just popping. It was a lot of explosions.
And called 911. The fire spread to a second car, a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox, and scorched a third, a Saturn, that survived, scorched yet drivable, only because Ray Johnson jumped into action and drove his girlfriend's car out of harm's way.
I want him to get caught. I mean, ain't nothing I can do about it, though. I'm just glad our cars didn't blow up. You know, whoever they got, their car's done. You know what I'm saying? The neighbors that lives right here, her car done, too. But, yeah, it's a bad situation.
That was crazy. Yeah, we don't need nothing like that around here.
Well, the reward now is up to $6,000, and they're trying to incentivize anybody who knows anything to make sure they call in their tip to make sure that they can get this guy before he goes and does this again. Back to you.
Okay, so they are offering a reward. What organization is giving the reward, Rod?
Yeah, the Michigan Arson Prevention Commission and also Crime Stoppers. Okay, so you can call either of their tip lines. We have the phone numbers on clickondetroit.com.
Yeah, hopefully somebody comes forward. Okay, Rod, thanks.
Andrew is in for Ben tonight. A little overcast right now.
Yeah.
A little rain earlier.
A little bit of rain. A lot of people seeing a little showers.
Yep.
I saw a few at my yard. Yeah.
Emphasis on the words little.
Little. Yeah.
No, not much. Yeah.
Nothing severe out there, and they're still scattered about, especially in Monroe County. Some right here in downtown Detroit, but nothing too major, and they'll be fading away over the next couple of hours. Here's a look at 4 Live radar. You can see some of those showers, not only on Kimberly's lawn, but also on yours, possibly, especially if you're in Monroe County or just downriver. Here's a look at some of those heavier showers. Notice no thunderstorm activity here, but at least some decent downpours along Route 23 as you head closer to the Dundee area, then a little bit farther south, closer to the Ohio border. A few more here just downriver in the Wyandotte area and also around Lincoln Park, and over here on the east side for the Grosse Pointes. But these will be fading away slowly as we go over the next couple of hours. So no washout for this evening, but grab your umbrella or just watch out for a few slick spots on roadways if you're close to the Detroit River or some of the big lakes. We're looking at temps overnight tonight in the low 60s, so a cools off later tonight, and we'll see fewer and fewer raindrops, not only on the camera lens, but also in your neighborhood overnight. 69 degrees right now, and it remains relatively warm with temperatures in the 70s or upper 60s as we get closer to the first pitch. That's right, Tigers still in town, taking on Oakland later tonight. I doubt you need a poncho for the start of the game. There might be a sprinkle or two, but no rain that's heavy, and count on an on-time start. We know they can play through a few sprinkles, right? We're looking at 70 degrees currently for our friends in Macomb Township. Also a little bit warmer out toward Ann Arbor with 76. Quite a difference in temperatures, anywhere from 65 degrees to the middle 60s, and visibility is low where it's cloudier and we have some of those showers. So watch out in some spots for low visibility. On the wider view, this cold front, which is associated with that rainfall, is going to scoot to our east very slowly later on tonight. Now the atmosphere remains unstable behind it. You see this bit of rain right here in the forecast for the Chicago area late tonight. That instability will still be on top of us for tomorrow. It's not until this warm front passes, bringing us some higher temperatures, but then more stable air behind it where it dries out nicely for Wednesday, the last couple of days of summer, and even for the start of fall. 61 degrees overnight tonight. 50s in surrounding neighborhoods with a few sprinkles and showers for now, but then drier after midnight. Sunset this evening is at 7:37. During the day tomorrow, we go from low 60s and 50s well into the 70s. But just like today, be prepared for a few showers on and off, especially as we get closer to the afternoon. If we see any bit of sunshine rather than gray skies, we'll make it to the upper 70s. But if it remains gray out there, count on temperatures mostly in the middle 70s, around 75, a little bit more or less. Then look at your 7-day forecast. Rosh Hashanah Wednesday, sunset is at 7:35, 82 for a high. Don't like that? We've got higher temperatures for you. Thursday, even the first day of fall. Fall begins on Friday at 4:02 in the afternoon, but when you wouldn't know it from the temperature, 85 for a high. Then for next weekend, the next Lions game, not tonight's over in New York. Lions take on Atlanta, but this coming weekend, once again, back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Nice way to end summer.
Warmest day of the day.
Good way to start fall.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, let's check in with Hank.
Devin, Kimberly, in our consumer headlines, a huge security hack, now a possible criminal investigation. New information on the Equifax hack coming up right after the break.
All right, Hank, but first, calling for peace. Violent protests over the weekend in St. Louis, and police fear they'll continue after sunset tonight. That's next. Communities in St. Louis remain on edge tonight. Comes after 3 days of protests have erupted into nights of violence, and today was the 4th day of protests. But another day of peaceful marches could turn violent come nightfall, some fear. The demonstrations began Friday following a judge's acquittal of former police officer Jason Stockley in the 2011 shooting death of Lamar Smith. Protesters ardently declaring they aren't giving up until systematic change is achieved.
Been justice. We're going to be out here until there is justice, until everyone is treated equitably.
As long as the system disproportionately affects people of color and minorities, we'll be out here.
Over the weekend, more than 80 people were arrested on various charges, including damaging property and spraying an unknown chemical at officers. There is more drama with the Equifax data breach, and changes are coming to your kids' Happy Meal.
Oh boy, Hank Winchester is here in the studio with some consumer headlines making news today, Hank.
Yeah, we'll begin with Equifax because I know it's a story that has many of you concerned. In fact, the U.S. Justice Department is now investigating to see if executives violated insider trading laws. Executives, including the CFO, sold stock between the time the company learned of the hack and the date that hack was made public to all of us. They sold shares worth about $1.8 million in early August. The company said they did not know about the breach at the time of the sale. All right, let's talk about Happy Meals and McDonald's. The company now getting a healthy change. The Minute Maid apple juice is being replaced by an organic apple juice made by Honest Kids. That drink will have half as many calories and carbs and will also have less sugar as well. That change was prompted by feedback from parents who said they wanted a healthier option for their kids. All right, Rolling Stone magazine up for sale. The publisher looking for buyers for the controlling stake of the magazine. Like other magazines, Rolling Stone has taken a hit in print and advertising circulation during the last few years. In June, the company sold Men's Journal months after they sold Us Weekly. The CEO told the New York Times that publishing is a completely different ballgame right now as trends go in another direction. By selling the company, he hopes they'll get ahead of the curve. Programming note for you guys and for all of you at home, we're going to take a closer look at the Equifax issue. Tuesday night at 11, we've gotten hundreds of emails.
Oh, sure.
So we're going to try to take people through it step by step, help you protect your personal information.
A lot of people concerned with that one.
Yeah, it's been exasperating too. Yeah. All right, Doc.
New at 5:30.
It's the construction project that was expected to take 17 years to finish, but there is big news to report why traffic along I-75 in Oakland County is going to be back to normal in record time.
So just how inactive are many of today's teens? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Ahead, researchers share a stunning new statistic and what may be to blame for keeping kids so still.
I'm Mara McDonald. Take a look. It is starting to fill up here at Fraser City Hall. Will they kick their mayor and one of their councilmen out of office?
A critical decision expected tonight in Fraser. The city's mayor and a councilman face removal from office over claims of sexual harassment. And that hearing is set to start a half hour from now.
Going to really resemble a court hearing, actually, with a retired judge presiding and testimony from witnesses before the city council makes a decision. Mara McDonald in Fraser tonight. Mara, it's a saga that has now gone on for months.
It sure has, Devin. And for tonight, you know, we've had a lot of the so-called allegations against these guys have been alluded to. Tonight, we're actually going to hear the nitty-gritty from the people making the accusations themselves. It's been ugly. Mayor Joe Nichols and Councilman Matt Hemmelberg have been accused of acting inappropriately around women who work for the city of Fraser. But exactly how that manifests has yet to be clearly demonstrated. Tonight, evidence will be presented, and here's how this whole thing works. Nichols and Hemmelberg's colleagues on the city council will sit as judge and jury on the two. The city has hired an outside attorney to act as a prosecutor and present the findings of a report into the behavior of the two. A report the city contracted an outside attorney to do. Neither man has many friends on the council. They'll tell you it's because their colleagues are playing politics, something they deny. Well-known attorney Rob Huth has been called in to act as the prosecutor for this tribunal. I caught up with him moments ago.
I think the testimony is going to be right along the lines of what Mr. Fleury has already received from these witnesses. And if these witnesses testify as expected, at the end of the night, at the end of the hearing, I'm going to ask council to remove the mayor and the other councilmen.
Back here live, that tribunal, and that is the official word for this, is set to get underway in a little less than half an hour. Karen, Devin, back to you.
So let's try to handicap, Mara, the likelihood of both of these men getting thrown out of office.
I think the likelihood of their colleagues on council voting them out of office is incredibly high. I think they will vote to remove them. But here's the thing, Devin. The Fraser City Charter may say that you can have a tribunal and do this, but state law trumps a city charter. And state law says that only the governor and the voters get to remove an elected official from office. Yeah. So if this does go down tonight the way we anticipate, expect this to go to court. Back to you.
We'll be on it.
Police in Detroit are looking for a suspect who exposed himself on a DDOT bus. Surveillance photos on your screen show the man on the bus. Police say the man exposed himself to a female passenger and then approached the bus driver and touched her breast. This all took place back in August. The suspect was picked up at Grand River and 7 Mile Road on the city's west side. If you happen to have any information or know this person, please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Tonight, a big update on the billion-dollar I-75 project in Oakland County.
This was a project slated to take 17 years to complete. Now there is a new end date, and get this, the project will be completed 10 years ahead of schedule. Our Kim DeGiulio shows us how they're getting it done so fast.
You know that massive construction project along I-75 in Oakland County that was expected to be 17 years long? Well, guess what? They're ahead of schedule, over a whole decade ahead of schedule to be exact. Drivers who frequent I-75 in Oakland County were thrilled to hear the news of the accelerated project.
That's great news. Oh my gosh, you scared me. Yeah, that's great news.
This modernized I-75 project has plans to rebuild and widen the freeway to 4 lanes in each direction along the 18-mile stretch from Ferndale to Pontiac.
Included in the project is replacing 47 bridges, improving drainage.
The freeway was originally constructed in the 1960s, so it was in need of a makeover to accommodate more vehicles and make the roads safer. The original plan was to break it up into 9 different segments and finance the project with a pay-as-you-go model. Now the project has switched over to a new funding plan known as a private funding method and will now combine the 9 segments into just 3.
You're looking at combining these segments improves efficiencies in terms of the cost of any traffic control, in terms of cost of purchasing.
This method will accelerate this project tremendously. The project will now just have 3 segments and is scheduled to be completed by the year 2022. Now, there is a downside to this accelerated construction project. The work zones are going to be much larger. So for the next couple of years, I-75 in Oakland County will be quite the headache. You're definitely going to need to pack the patience, but it ultimately results in a quicker finish to the project. Reporting here in Southfield, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
And on the other side of town, the I-75 Rouge Bridge project running on schedule and on budget.
All right, with Andrew now in the Weather Center, and I just looked and we've got an upgrade to Maria, which is not good news because we didn't want this to happen.
Certainly for folks in the Caribbean, Karen, you're right. The National Hurricane Center is now upgraded from a Category 3 storm earlier today to a Category 4. It has winds of 130 miles per hour. Very destructive hurricane, now battering the portions of the Caribbean, including the Lesser Antilles. Here's a closer look at the tropics and the Atlantic Ocean. We still have 3 named systems out there. Lee, we don't need to worry about. It's a tropical depression. Jose, that's closer to the United States. Still not expected to make landfall, but certainly causing riptides in that portion of our country. But take a look at Maria up close and personal. In terms of hurricane strength winds, we're talking about this area of orange right here, where winds are 120, 130 miles per hour, or even a bit more. That area of hurricane force winds here in orange will continue to batter portions of the Lesser Antilles, getting closer to Puerto Rico, not quite 24 hours from now, more like 36 hours from now. They'll first get tropical storm force winds later on tonight, then feeling the force of those hurricane style winds by the time we get to this time, certainly tomorrow afternoon. Then moving on farther to the north and west as we go over the next 24 hours and next couple of days. Jose stays closer to the United States, mainly providing clouds, but also chopping up the surf on the eastern seaboard, but still remaining Category 1 before it starts to fade away by the end of this week. We'll talk more about these storms in our next half hour to an hour, but we'll also talk about our local forecast around 5:45. See you in a few minutes.
President Trump taking the world stage today was the first day of the United Nations General Assembly. The president has a busy week ahead. Blaine Alexander has more from Washington. Blaine?
Well, Devin, President Trump's speech tomorrow really is the main event. This will be his first major address to other world leaders, and it could play a big role in setting the tone for those relationships going forward. For President Trump, new territory in his home city, back in New York today for his very first United Nations General Assembly meeting.
Reform is what we're talking about.
The president addressing the very organization he once slammed as ineffective, today praising it but urging reform.
The United Nations has not reached its full potential because of bureaucracy and mismanagement.
The president, who promised to put America first, now borrowing his campaign slogan, saying he wants to make the United Nations great. This afternoon, the president sat down with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Today, a friend of mine for many years.
Their goal, Middle East peace.
We are giving it an absolute go. I think there's a good chance that it could happen.
The meetings, not just meet and greets, President Trump working to build new alliances as he looks to turn up the pressure on North Korea and Iran.
The global community is paying less attention to the tweets and actually looking at what the policy actions are of the United States.
This week, a high-stakes test for a relatively new president now taking his place on the world stage. And President Trump's expected message this week is that UN nations should be able to work together while still looking out for themselves and maintaining a sense of accountability. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, the president of Iran is also in New York for the UN General Assembly, and in an interview with CNN, President Hassan Rouhani had a message for the Trump administration. He says the U.S. would pay a price, the quote, pay a price if the president makes good on threats to scrap the agreement that curbs Iran's nuclear programs. The president could take that action next month.
A college student is shot and killed by police. Now the 21-year-old's father is breaking his silence. According to the family attorney, Georgia Tech police encountered Scout Schultz barefoot and in the middle of a, quote, mental breakdown. This happened after they responded to a 911 caller who said they saw a person with a knife and a gun. Cell phone video shows the officers repeatedly yelling at Schultz to put down the knife and not to move. In the video, after Schultz takes a few steps forward, an officer opens fire. Schultz's parents continue to search for answers.
Why did you have to shoot? That's the question. I mean, that's the only question that matters right now. Why did you kill my son?
Schultz's family plans to file a lawsuit. In North Branch, a family says they found a second mastodon tooth.
The first one was found years ago in the woods on the family's property, but not knowing what it was, they put it back. That same tooth was found again in March, as we reported. Well, this time the teenager that found it showed it to her teacher. He let the archaeology department at the University of Michigan know about the discovery. A few months later, the family apparently found another tooth. They are waiting on confirmation from the university to see if the truth of the tooth is what we're seeking here, and whether it is actually from a mastodon. Wild.
Something mysterious keeps happening at the U.S. Embassy in Cuba.
New tonight what it is and why it's even led to calls to shut it down over concerns for employees' safety there. Doc?
Well, it's a stunning look at just how inactive many of today's teens really are. Coming up, what researchers found and what may be to blame.
All right, Doc, but first, something went very, very wrong. New tonight, what caused this plane to go down right on a residential street? That's next.
New at 6.
A well-known local financial advisor lives in this house.
You bamboozled your clients and you bamboozled your family. It's not right.
But now there's a warrant out for his arrest.
All right, Rod, also, of all the medical ideas that seem too good to be true, this one may top the list. At 6 in Good Health, how a patch could someday help humans burn away the bad kind of body fat. That's at 6 o'clock. Stick around.
A pilot and his passenger are lucky to be alive tonight after a small plane lost power crashing Sunday onto a residential street. The pilot was returning back to the airfield when it lost power. The plane crash landed in the middle of the street, sustaining extensive damage. 2 people suffered minor injuries. Crews worked quickly to clean up the fuel from the crash. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the incident. In Good Health, it is a stunning look at just how inactive many of today's teenagers really are.
Maybe that's not surprising to a lot of parents, but let's talk to Dr. Frank McGeorge with the new research that has an awful lot of people talking.
Definitely, Karen and Devin. You know, consider this. Researchers from Johns Hopkins found that on average, today's 19-year-olds are about as active as sedentary 60-year-olds. And that has major implications in terms of their health and our nation's losing battle with obesity.
The study looked at more than 12,000 people aged 6 to 84. Participants wore activity trackers to log how much time they spent sitting or being active. Not surprisingly, people tended to get less active as they got older, with a big slowdown starting at age 35. But researchers were surprised to find the average 19-year-old was about as active as sedentary 60-year-olds. Experts say teens should be getting at least an hour of moderate to vigorous exercise every day.
Ideally, it's at least 60 minutes a day of physical activity, and we want them to be active, you know, getting sweaty, getting short of breath, like really pushing in, trying to do the most that they can.
The study found 50% of teen boys and 75% of teen girls were missing that 1 hour mark. With more than 12 million U.S. children and teenagers now considered to be obese, that puts them at an increased risk for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Experts say screen time is often a major factor in teen inactivity.
Setting limits, healthy limits for screen time, making sure that your kids aren't sitting around all day long on their screens. You know, trying to encourage them in any way that you can to get outside and do more activity.
Now, a lack of sleep may also be contributing to teen inactivity. Experts really stress it's easier to maintain good habits than to break bad ones. So it's important for children to be active and eat healthy from an early age, and of course, for good health to be a family affair.